Rainbow Dash's Confession. Written by StripyFlash. Rainbow Dash had been lying in bed, unable to sleep for some time now. She felt dreadful, and she knew exactly why. Just the day before, she'd been out playing practical jokes and pulling pranks on unsuspecting ponies with Pinkie, as she often did around this time of year, with Nightmare Night soon approaching. However, one prank had gone too far, having splattered Rarity with a paint bomb, dyeing the fashion enthusiast's new dress bright red. They'd ruined her chances at a pageant that night, turning something she could have won into a fashion fiasco. While Rarity had eventually come round to see the funny side, she was furious initially. However, fortunately for Rainbow Dash, Pinkie stepped in, taking the entirety of the blame on herself. Rarity ranted at her for a while, and while Pinkie seemed to just shrug it off, Rainbow knew something was wrong. She'd gone quiet and trudged off to be alone, something Pinkie very rarely ever did. Rainbow figured she'd be okay eventually, but a repeat of what happened last time was something no pony wanted. Rainbow twisted over, her eyes wide open, still feeling awful. At the time, she thought it wouldn't be an issue for Pinkie, but now she wished she'd done nothing but try to step in and calm Rarity down. Scrambling out of bed, she shook her head, batting her dreary eyelids. She decided she had to go and check on Pinkie and make sure she was okay, just in case. Guilt had welled up too much within her stomach to ignore it any longer. Stepping outside onto her cloud in the chilled night air, she spread her wings before diving off, before beating her wings and began to soar across the night sky. Ponyville was lit up like a lantern, with warm, welcoming lights on in most houses, making it quite a sight to behold. It didn't take long for the legendary flyer to reach Pinkie's house. She came to a grinding halt, standing outside the front door before knocking on it with a single hoof. For a while, there was silence, but soon she heard a muffled shuffling coming from inside, before she was greeted by the pink party animal herself, Pinkie. Rainbow immediately noticed red rings around her eyes, as if she had been crying, putting a frown on her face, prompting her to ask,
"Are you okay, Pinkie?"
Pinkie looked at her awkwardly for a moment, though. She quickly replied,
"Oh yes, of course I'm fine, Dashy,"
she exclaimed, her usual high-pitched, excitable tone having not faded in the slightest. Rainbow immediately perked up, smiling at her friend's apparent happiness. However, Pinkie looked away for a moment, as if she was hiding something, immediately putting Rainbow into a concerned state once more.
"Are you sure, Pinkie? You don't look so good."
"I'm fine, Rainbow, really,"
Pinkie retorted once more, though her facade joy seemed to be waning now, forcing Rainbow to somehow feel responsible.
"Pinkie, I can tell something isn't right. Can I come in?"
Rainbow continued, fixing her friend with a serious gaze for a moment. Pinkie frowned slightly, before eventually stepping back, permitting Rainbow entrance. Pinkie's house was warm and cozy, with things surprisingly neat, contradicting Pinkie's hyperactive personality. She led Rainbow upstairs, hopping up onto her bed and sitting down, followed by Rainbow. Rainbow decided to press further due to a combination of her own guilt and her intrigue as to why Pinkie would have been so upset by Rarity.
"Your eyes look sore, Pinks. Have you been crying?"
Well, no. Well, maybe a little. Okay, I have. I'm not upset though, okay? Don't think I'm upset.
Rainbow sighed, looking at Pinkie quizzically, gazing at her eyes.
"Why are you upset, Pinkie?"
I'm not. Oh, well, alright. It's just, we were having so much fun. Rarity just spoiled it all by getting so angry. She should take anger management classes. Besides, I didn't mean to make her angry. I didn't even know she was going to that pageant thing.
Pinkie explained to her friend, giving her a weak smile. Rainbow felt assured that Pinkie was okay now, but she decided she'd stay and comfort her nonetheless.
Nor did I, Pinkie. We should have guessed, I suppose. What with it being Rarity and all. I felt really bad for letting you take the blame like that. I was going to do something, but I was sure it wouldn't be an issue for you.
Rainbow told her, hanging her head ashamedly, looking at her hooves dangling over the sides of the bed.
Don't be silly. I'm fine. Really, I am. I was more upset that we weren't going to do any more pranks, if anything.
Pinkie admitted, chortling as she put one hoof around Rainbow's side, cuddling her tightly as she beamed at her friend. Rainbow looked up at her, Pinkie's infectious laugh forcing her to grin back at her, suppressing a giggle herself.
Alright then, Pinkie. That's good to know.
Rainbow replied, snickering slightly, unable to stop herself while in the presence of her always cheery friend.
Aw, you're so cute when you're concerned, Dashy. Actually, you're pretty cute most of the time.
Thanks, Pinkie. You're pretty cute too, when you're being funny. Which is all the time.
Rainbow claimed, grinning at her still, finding herself unknowingly continuing to gaze into her eyes.
Wow, you really mean that? I'm funny all the time? I mean, it's like I try to be funny, but sometimes I might not be that funny, but I'm still trying to be funny, you know?
Pinkie expressed, talking in a quick, almost incomprehensible way. Luckily, Rainbow was used to that.
Yeah. But you're always funny, Pinkie. At least, you always make me laugh.
Rainbow admitted to her, shrugging lightly as she smiled. Pinkie beamed at her, clearly touched by her friend's kind words.
And you're always cool, Dashy.
Pinkie giggled, nuzzling her friend's snout for a moment.
Well, of course. I am the Dash.
Rainbow said jokingly, knowing Pinkie wouldn't think any less of her for being a little egotistical. Pinkie looked away for a moment, seemingly thinking, before looking back at Rainbow, still beaming at her.
You know, Dashy, I really do like you. I mean, I like every pony else too, of course, but you're just special. I can't think of any pony else who can go out and play pranks on ponies with me, yet is also always looking out for me like you do.
Pinkie stated, feeling compelled to be completely honest with her friend. She continued to stare into Rainbow's eyes for a moment as she processed what she'd been told, noticing Rainbow beginning to blush slightly.
Thanks, Pinkie. I really appreciate that. And to be honest, I can't really think of any pony myself who I like more than you. You're always great to be around. And you're probably the friendliest pony in Ponyville.
Rainbow admitted, feeling that she too should be entirely honest. Both ponies gazed at each other for a while, feeling rather odd now they just opened up and expressed to each other how they truly felt.
Pinkie,
Yes, Dashy?
Pinkie asked, holding her closely.
I think I sort of love you?
Rainbow slowly and awkwardly confessed, her cheeks blushing intensely, trembling slightly as she anxiously awaited Pinkie's response.
What? Ugh, that's gross, Dashy. I'm a mare too.
What? You mean you...
Just kidding, Dashy. I've always had a soft spot for you too. A pretty big one, actually.
Pinkie admitted, chuckling loudly. Rainbow perked up instantly, overjoyed that her friend shared her feelings. She slowly moved her head closer to Pinkie's, feeling as if now was an appropriate time to kiss her, before Pinkie suddenly shot forward and pecked her on the lips, giggling as she blushed. As they broke their kiss, Rainbow continued to stare deeply into Pinkie's eyes, feeling quite overwhelmed.
Pinkie, mind if I stay here with you tonight? I can't sleep in my own bed.
Sure you can, Dashy. I'd be more than happy to have you here with me.
Pinkie replied earnestly, going to rest her head on the pillow and invite Rainbow to lie next to her, which she proceeded to do with no hesitation. Pinkie pulled up the cover over the pair as they embraced each other, cuddling. Rainbow pecked Pinkie's cheek, slowly closing her eyes as she felt a truly special warmth within her heart, like nothing else she'd experienced before, as she lay next to her favorite pony in the whole world.
I always thought you were special, Dashy. I was just, a little too embarrassed to admit it.
Pinkie continued, nuzzling her friend further.
Yeah, so did I. I remember how I used to avoid you when I was friends with Gilda, thinking you were just annoying. But when I realized how similar our interests were, I couldn't help but feel differently about you from every pony else.
Rainbow explained, moving one hoof to begin softly caressing her friend's bouncy, fluffy mane.
Yeah, I just thought you were a silly filly back then. Good thing I'm friends with every pony, though, eh?
It sure is. Otherwise, I wouldn't have met my special sun pony. That being you, of course.
Rainbow whispered, moving her hoof through Pinkie's mane to hold her body tight, squeezing Pinkie as she yawned, feeling sleepy from her lack of sleep.
You sure seem tired, Dashy. Let's get some sleep, huh? We can do lots of fun stuff tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Let's sleep, Pinkie.
Dashy whispered, resting quietly as the two gradually fell asleep, the moonlight illuminating the pair as they slept throughout the night.
Oh, kiss, okay. Alrighty. Yeah, though, to be fair, it's not actually the first time I've done this for one of your fanfic readings, Agent. So, okay.
Oh, well, no. Well, maybe a little. Okay, I have. I'm not upset though, okay? Don't think I'm upset.
That was bad. That was bad. Don't use that take. Ah, I need water. Water, saturate my throat and give me happiness. This fic is so cute. Ow, my throat. Don't get too excited, Quirky. I'm gonna wreck your throat. Ha ha. Water.
You know, Dashy, I really do.
I hit the table. Ow! Like that. Why did I say ow? I'm not a table. Where am I? What if we're all just tables? What if... I don't even know where that thought was going. Now I lost the place. There it is! Ha 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 ha! I am capable! Yes, that fic was cute! Ha ha! I am done. Please let me know if you want me to change anything, and I shall send the lines ASAP. Okay, goodbye!
Pinkie giggled, nuzzling her friend's snout for a moment.
God, my heart is so cute. My heart is.
I love the PinkieDash shipping. It's so cute. I mean, it's my second favorite ship, but seriously, this moment just my heart. I love it.